Blessings, people, and we are in the building again, and it is Real Talk Podcast with
Ason Ruinz
and Jflames, and today's subject is it's a deep one as usual. I know I normally say the same thing every week because it's real talk and it's deep all the time. You get me? But today's subject is: does the one really exist?
Twin flames, soulmates,
The
perfect relationship.
all of that.
Does it exist?
Does it exist? I mean, Morpheus believed it did. You get me?
And Morpheus was always right.
Morpheus was always right. You get me? Trinity didn't believe he was the one. You get me?
But then she fell in love with him, though.
She fell in love with him. That's deep, bro.
That's very deep, bro.
That's deep.
Matrix can be put to like life just in general, innit?
In general, like
Any question you got about life, just watch The Matrix.
Yep.
Real talk.
And if you ain't watched The Matrix, I don't even know how you're even alive. That's just nuts to me.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so does the one exist? I mean, it's such an in-depth conversation to have, and as usual, I would start with. Yeah, I was about to throw it on you.
I beat you to it, bro.
Yeah, I just want to say before I start off, I know people are probably watching thinking, "Well, you lot wear the same jumper." Listen, we're dressed like how our mum used to dress us. Yeah, just one slightly different. His one's got a hoodie, and mine hasn't. Yeah. You get me? We didn't plan this today, but it turned out.
Best dressed brothers in the club.
Best dressed brothers in the club all day.
Always, bro. What do you mean?
Yeah, man. But do I believe in the one? I mean, I don't. If I have to answer that question honestly, which I tend to, I don't believe in the one as in there's one person for you. I believe that there is multiple ones and you decide which one you want to go for.
So you don't believe in like a twin flame? Like a twin flame is that like that other side to your soul that you've been with in many different lifetimes across the universe, and this one soul which comes in as a counterpart to your soul that was split. You don't believe in that whole twin flame kind of ideology?
No, I don't. And the reason why I don't is because, I mean, I definitely believe in reincarnation, and I believe we was here thousands and thousands of times. So I believe each time we was here, you would have had a different experience with somebody different.
Yeah.
So that's why I believe that your soul, somebody that's in your soul bond, is a soul group rather than just one. Because every time that you've been here, you've made a connection with somebody from your past life. Do you see what I'm saying? So in your current life, you can choose to create that soul bond with that same soul from the past life, or the past life, or the past life.
So wouldn't that be the one for you, particular, like for your soul? Like, wouldn't that be your twin flame, your counterpart?
Nah, because it would be like a quadruple flame. It would be it's multiples. Do you know what I'm saying? And so like the reason why I don't believe in like the one as per se. So let's say you're with your you find this girl or man who you believe is the one, and you know, it doesn't work out, or that person passed away, that you're never gonna have a one again. That's it. That was your one. Let's say you lot was only together for 6 months. Something nuts happened. Maybe, I don't know, like they passed, or maybe it just didn't work out. They've left. You're never gonna get a one again. Like that was you. Like you had your twin flame. That was you. Done. Dusted.
Well, that's how you see it.
Nah, I'm asking.
Here's the thing. We disagree on this.
Yeah.
So we disagree on this, by the way.
Yeah.
And this is why we thought it would be dope to have a conversation on this, because I'm the opposite to my brother. I do believe that there is a one ideal relationship for everybody in this life. And that don't always mean that you're going to end up with them. That sometimes it might not even be that they're going to be in your life in a romantic way. So it's like, I believe in soulmates. So I know I've met many soulmates. You know, soulmates can be like your family, you know, you could be a friend. I've been in relationships with soulmates, but I believe that a twin flame, the one, is a key part to anyone's evolution on this lifetime. And I feel like when you meet your twin flame, it's not going to be like this whole romantic thing. It's like, yo, we need to get to work, especially if you meet them in this lifetime at this point. Now it's not about just floating away on a cloud in love, in space, in this bubble together. I believe that meeting the one for you is meeting that direct match, frequency match to your soul, so that you can come together to really, because they say, you know, 2 heads are better than one, and I believe 2 hearts are better than one. So if you're in your life goals, purpose, and you're committed to healing yourself, and you're committed to evolving, and you're committed to coming here to complete the mission, whatever your mission might be. I mean, I believe that everybody comes here in some way to make this world better. And I believe that if you're on here from a very high frequency spiritual mission, and you've learnt to love and connect with yourself, then you are probably on the path to meeting that counterpart, opposite, match soul to yours, which may be in a woman or maybe in a man, depending. It doesn't matter about sexuality. You understand what I'm saying? I believe that everybody has this twin soul, you know, that before you've come into this life, you've already made the contract and the agreement that you're going to come together. You're going to go through all of these fucked up relationships. You're going to go through twins. You're going to go through soulmate relationships. You're going to have terrible relationships so that you can build the one true relationship that is the relationship with yourself. And I feel like when you do have that really solid, spiritual, loving, forgiving, merging, bonding relationship with yourself, that's when you can meet a twin flame or the one. But if you meet them before that, you're probably just gonna fuck each other up and destroy each other. That's why I think most people, they don't meet their twin flame or their one, because they're not one with themselves yet. So I see it from that point of view, you know what I mean? Like, and I think I feel like you have to kiss a lot of frogs, man, to get to what it is you really want. But it's like, you know, you can jump off of the bus and be like, you know what, I'm just going to settle with this because I don't believe that I deserve any more. Or you can just get to a point where, you know, you've done the toxicity in the relationships. Relationships are about relating. You understand? And it's like, for me, in all of my relationships, I've learned about myself. Yeah. Whether the relationships have been amazing or whether they've been shitty, I've learned a very key thing, and that's how to love myself, and also to be confident with my own needs. And I feel like that's a thing, is what all relationships are about, is, am I gonna get my needs met, and can I meet the needs of another person? And I feel like when you've kind of been on this spiritual path, or you've been on this path to finding yourself, you have to connect with somebody else that's been on that same path. And when you do connect, you know, it could take some time, but you don't want to connect with somebody that is the type of love that you've never experienced before, and it's transcending, beautiful, spiritual, high consciousness love. And then you're still playing fucking games, like going out there and cheating and doing all this type of shit, you know. And I feel like a lot of us, we say we want the one, and we say we want the perfect relationship, and we say we want a twin flame or a high soulmate relationship, but realistically, the relationship with ourselves is shitty, blood. So you might as well just go on Tinder and, you know what I mean, have a couple one night stands in lockdown when you really shouldn't be even seeing anybody. You know, you should be seeing yourself. This lockdown was a whole time to be with yourself.
Yeah, it was a time for self-reflection. You said something earlier, and I wanted to bring it up on the podcast. I didn't really want to get in depth with it. You said a man cannot live without a woman. Now, you asked me, can a man live without a woman? What did you mean by that question?
Well, a man definitely can live without a woman. But what I meant, and I think what I said was, is a man nothing without the love
That's it.
of a woman? Is a man nothing without the love of a woman?
I mean, if I was to answer that, I would say a man is nothing without the love of a woman. A man is nothing without the love of a woman.
And
real.
and that don't even need
Yeah.
to be like romantic. That could be
Nah.
like mother, grandmother,
Yes.
friend. Because I know, for me, how I've become the man I am, and how I've managed to stay balanced, and how I've managed to stay connected to my heart, is because I've been loved by some amazing women. You know what I mean? Whether it be like from family or relationships I've had, or even friends, like women have loved me, and I know how it feels to be loved by a woman,
Yes.
to the point where I have to get to a certain point as a man to myself to be able to give myself that type of love.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, we both in our lives want to go out and have children, right?
Yeah.
And how are you going to be able to pass that love on to your children unless you're in a relationship where you're receiving that type of love from a woman? Because she's going to go on and give your children that
Yep.
type of love.
Yep.
And I think, yeah, it's crazy. It's like, I just had that thought today. I was just like, you know, they always say behind every strong man is a even stronger woman.
Is an even stronger woman, and that's like, yeah, that's so true. That's so true, man. I mean, like, living life without the love of a woman, and as you said, in any terms, in terms of family, friends, relationship, whoa, every man needs a woman's love. 100%. Double down on that. You know what I'm saying? Double down on that. But then it does just make you think to yourself, you know, in terms of relationship wise, are you settling
Yeah.
because you want that love so desperately?
Well, man, like, I'll just be open and honest. Like, I think from I was a child, like, I've always yearned for that love, you know, that true, deep, honest, intimate love and connection with a woman in a relationship, romantic sense. I've always had that in my chest, even when I was, you know, even before I even slept with a woman, and even when I was in my stages with, that's all I did.
Yeah.
With many women, right? There was always this lack, this hole in my chest that I wanted to find that perfect love. Now, I never really used to talk about that, and I feel like a lot of men, we don't speak about this. And, you know, some men, you know how it is, like, when you see a man that's a dog, or he's cheating and he's doing all that stuff, and, you know, in our society, we're kind of programmed to kind of rate that behavior. Now, being a man that has done that, and being a man that has been brought up and around other men that do that, I'll be the first and to say, and be honest to say, the reason why we go around and have so many different women is because we are so insecure. We're trying to fill that void, that deep connection and that love for self. We're trying to fill that by going around and getting it from multiple women. That's why a man can find the best woman, wifey and everything, and he knows that is the woman you want to have your children.
Yeah.
Still go out and look.
Still go out. It's like that lust for love.
It's a lust that comes from lack.
Yeah, man.
Because how we've been programmed as men, is lack, bro. You never have enough. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, some guys can get really good at manipulating that.
Yes.
Because women have a inbuilt nature to nurture and to look after. It's like feminine energy. You know, and feminine energy and masculine energy, and that doesn't mean man or woman, but just feminine energy and masculine energy is yin and yang, and that has to come together. So there's always gonna be that yearn to want to connect to your own feminine energy inside, but also outside.
especially
and vice versa.
And especially like when you're rooted from your masculine 100%, right?
Yeah.
And you're going out and you're having multiple relationships with different women, right? Cheating and all that type of stuff, right? A man that is rooted in his masculine energy, yeah, 24/7, yeah, the vulnerability in him really needs to come out. It needs to come out. It's fighting its way out. And what that man does, he goes and has sex. Now, when you think about the act of sex, it's a vulnerable thing, bro.
Very vulnerable. But for a lot of guys, it's a releasing mechanism.
Yes, it's the release of the vulnerability because they never show their vulnerability.
Yeah.
So they have sex with multiple women.
Yeah.
And put themselves in a vulnerable positions.
Yes.
These masculine men that never put themselves in these vulnerable positions are doing this with multiple women. To release because they're so tied up in this whole image of what a man is meant to be.
Because as men, we never got taught to connect with ourselves.
Yes.
We always got taught to distract from how you feel.
Yes.
If you feel like this, man up. Men don't cry, or you know what I mean. When we was young, what was we told? You
look after your mum.
You look after your mum, or you are gonna get so many women. Women are gonna be running over you. You know what did our grandma used to call us? Lady killers. I remember when I was like, Mum, what does a lady killer mean? Oh, it means, you know, a man that women love. But from a young age, we was programmed. We weren't programmed that you're gonna find your wife and you're gonna find the one. So no wonder you don't believe in the one, because we wasn't taught about that from a young age. You know, we were taught how to be men by men that didn't know how to treat women.
Say that again, bro.
Bro, we were programmed and taught how to be men by men that didn't even know how to be men and didn't even know how to treat women.
God,
it's just a cycle, bro. Think about the men, even like from when you watch like a movie and you know it's like a James Bond, or you listen to music and you know, or you see rappers and stuff. These was our idols, and these guys, they weren't talking about connection, connecting with a woman. And
you remember Ludacris?
Oh, Ludacris, that was our favorite rapper. Oh,
I put my foot in your ass,
bro. And this is what we looked up to, and little did we know these guys like Snoop Dogg and all these, they were all married.
Oh, when I got older and I saw that, yeah, oh my days,
that
fucked with me.
So from a young age, you know, like we were taught that to be a man, you have to be this sexual monster, and also you have to be this financial monster. So basically what we were programmed with is your value and your worth as a man is what can you provide? What can you provide? Can you provide protection? Can you provide sperm? And can you provide provide an income? And that's not just to in a relationship. That's to family. That's to friends. That's to everybody. So we were programmed as a man. Your only job is to provide.
Yeah.
And anything that you need that isn't food, water, and sex, you need to just disconnect from that because that's not part of being a man. So a lot of us grew up programmed backwards, bro.
Man,
so then, how are we going into relationships and how are we treating women? Traumatic, bro.
Traumatic.
Like, you know, I've spent a lot of years forgiving myself from how I treated some women. Where when I was younger, it was just normal to, you know, say certain things, or I had to forgive myself that there were certain girls that I was with and I was saying certain things to them that was in an emotional way, showing them that I disregard how you feel.
Yeah.
I don't accept you how you are. And then in turn, you know, they projected that same thing back onto me that made me not feel accepted for how I am. But underneath all of that, really all what we want is connection.
Yep.
And acceptance of each other. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like if I'm honest, man, I went into probably every single relationship or entanglement that I had knowing that the person I'm with isn't the one. And you know how mad that is to think that, like, near enough every relationship I went into, I knew on a deep level that
this person is not the one.
This is literally, this is an experience that we're both going to grow from. This might feel amazing. There might be love, and this person may be a soulmate. But in my heart, bro, and I used to fight against that feeling of knowing that this person isn't the one, but I want them to be. And that's hard.
You want them to be. I
want them to be.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of looking.
Yeah. I hear
but
that.
realistically, did I want them to be?
Yeah.
Because that means if I want them to be something they ain't, it means I'm not accepting them.
Yeah.
And then it could never work.
I mean, like, even though I don't believe in the one per se, but I believe in ones, in many in a soul group, right? I hear what you're saying, because if you do find one of those ones, right, you're gonna wanna, but bruv, you're gonna wanna marry her right then and there. Still, let's keep it 100. She's not gonna be debating whether you two are in a relationship. She's gonna know from the get go, from the jump, because you're gonna be, oh my days, boom. That's how you know when you've met one of the ones. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you're gonna feel like that thing that is indescribable, that is missing inside.
Yeah.
That you're now facing this. And I think, like, when you have that feeling that you're now facing this thing that you've been looking for your whole life, I feel like that is discombobulating to a lot of people, bro, and can result in you running away from that. So it's like this self-fulfilling prophecy of self-destruction, where it's the thing we want the most is the thing that we run from the most.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why we tend to not really find what we're looking for, but find what we're not looking for. So it pushes us. It's supposed to push us more in the direction of what we want.
So with what you're saying, you're basically saying that there is a possibility you can go through your whole life without ever finding the one.
But then it depends. For me, I think it depends on what the person's really, really looking for.
Yeah.
And whether the person, if they're honest with themselves, is ready to be the person that is a match to what it is they say they're looking for. And many times in my life, I thought I was ready. I'm ready for that highest soulmate twin flame relationship. But I wasn't ready for that. Because to be ready for that, am I ready to say to myself that I'll be alone forever because I love myself that much? And realistically, I can't say that, bro. I'm a human. I need love. I need connection. I need to be watered. I need to, and it was only as I got older and I started to repeat patterns of doing the same thing, just indulging in relationships or indulging in activities just to feel a little bit of the connection or something that resembles something real, that I got into a pattern of literally just go into a restaurant and just eating starters, bruv. You know what I mean? Or going to a food market and just for the day, my whole meal is just going to a food market and just trying the freebies.
So you man's going Pizza Hut, just ordering garlic bread and cheese.
Yeah.
And leave it.
Or just like, when you're walking on the high street, and people are giving like little like tiny slices of a donut. Or little tiny slices of something just to lure you in. Like my whole day and my whole week literally was just, I didn't eat breakfast, lunch or dinner. I'll just go on the road just living off eating samples.
Nah. It's real. I relate to that.
Samples of because there must be something in me that thinks, you're not ready for the real thing.
So you're not attracting that to yourself.
Yeah. And I realize that when you have that feeling and you're honest enough with yourself, it's because you don't love yourself enough to have that love that is a match to the highest frequency of how it could be. And the highest frequency of how anything could be is oneness.
Yeah, yeah.
And with that oneness comes intimacy, meaning you're gonna have to be completely honest with yourself and love and accept yourself at your darkest and deepest and the most disgustingest things you don't even want to think about. You got to be able to love that enough to be able to have a relationship that can even be on a God level, on a higher out of this world level. And that's petrifying, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we weren't taught. We had to go through the slums and mash myself up and batter myself and bruised up. And then you gotta heal yourself back together, and you gotta punch yourself in the face and then put a plaster on, and you know what I mean, love yourself while at the same time you're beating yourself up. You know,
yeah.
it's mad.
Yeah, it is.
But when you can love yourself at that level, you can love anybody. Because at the end of the day, I feel like we're all one anyway. We're all connected. We're all one. We're all part of the universe. So if you're in that mold, which a lot of people are, and I was for a long time, of thinking that you're just gonna find this one person that you're just gonna love them, but that love ain't gonna be for everybody else, then you're joking, mate. That's not how this thing works.
Yeah, that's not how this thing works at all. I mean, like,
once you love yourself, you can love everybody.
You can.
And from that position, you can then decide, because that love is called radial love. When you love yourself, you can love every single body. You know what I mean? No matter race, no matter class, sex, religion, whatever. Once you love yourself deeply, you realize that you're one and connected with everything. That means you love everything. You love the flower, you love the bird, you love the homeless man on the street, you love the celebrity, you love the politician, you love the man that's being telling you ain't shit. And by loving, it don't mean that you don't have boundaries. The more you love, the more boundaries you need to have.
Yeah, no, 100.
If someone's treating 100. You like shit, you have to love yourself enough and love that person enough that you need to put boundaries there and be like, you can't do this with me.
Yeah.
We're not doing this no more.
Yeah.
But to have those boundaries, you have to love yourself, because we're all one and it's all connected.
I feel like a lot of people have, and I know I have in the past, have had a issue with forgiving oneself for putting yourself in situations where you shouldn't have.
I feel that's most people's
man. It's
deep
like,
problem.
How do you begin to forgive yourself for putting yourself in a toxic relationship when you saw the signs there from the beginning, and you just decided to just go into this, and then after you managed to make it out, you know, I'm not one of those people that you know, that like to be put myself as a victim, but then you start to blame yourself for, like, you know what, nah man, I should have known better. So you go around with that. You
should have known better, but how could you know better if you wasn't shown better?
It all goes back to that.
Those that know better do better.
Yeah, true.
So don't be bitter, be better.
That's it. Be better.
You know, and forgiving yourself starts from, yes, taking responsibility that these were your actions, but also being aware and mindful of that we were programmed in a certain way. We were programmed by our environment, and we're a product of our experience. And that doesn't mean that we're victims to it. It means that once we realize that these are just programmings, you can dismantle these programmings and reprogram yourself.
Yes.
We live in the age of information. We live in the age of connection. You know, there's so, like I always say, trying to do anything on your own is a route to a very, very dark place, you know, that some people can't get out of. You need to have support, and you need to be part of groups, and you need to be doing your research and knowing that, listen, no one is on their own. You know what I mean? We all want the same thing, which is love, i.e. connection. You know, and in order to forgive yourself, you need to understand that, yo man, we were taught a certain way, but we can empower ourselves. And that's the thing, and that's how you remove from a victimized mentality. Because we've all been through terrible things. Some people been through extremely unthinkable, terrible things. But some people choose to stay and remain the victims, but some people choose to become stronger and more powerful and self-empowered through the things they've been through. And that is to me, that is the highway to love and to loving yourself, where you can say, yo, I've been through all of this, but I was able to say, do you know what? This wasn't my fault, but I'm now going to take the responsibility to be a better person. And that's loving yourself. And when you can love yourself through that, you can forgive yourself and forgive not only just the other people, but life itself. Because a lot of us, if we're honest, we feel hard done by life. So we're out here just trying to get love in all the wrong places. Because a lot of people, let's be honest, that go into patterns of toxic relationships, they weren't shown true love by the first people in their life. And like I say, it always goes back to your parents. Yeah. And it all goes back to your childhood. And if you never saw a man love your mum, as a man, how do you know how to love a woman?
Oh man.
You know, and if your dad wasn't there as a woman, how are you gonna attract a man that is gonna stay there? These things are some deep things,
deep rooted, man.
That all stems from what you saw as children and your programming. So we sometimes we take these really fragmented, disconnected, toxic, traumatic experiences that we experienced as a child, and we take that into life, and it just manifests in our friendships and in our relationships, and we repeat these same patterns, and then we don't know why we're attracting the same people. Well, we're attracting the same people so that we can learn a lesson. And we can learn a lesson about ourselves. Do you understand? And we can learn what we want and what we don't want, i.e. boundaries. The most important thing you can have when it comes to loving yourself and loving other people is boundaries. And boundaries, simple boundaries are not barriers, where a lot of people build up these walls and barriers, and you have to get like a diamond edged, drill to drill through it, and then there's bombs going off, and it's like a pyramid, and there's all types of traps and all types of cesspits and things, and swords coming from the sky. You understand? A lot of people have these barriers and that you have to break through, and it makes some people become amazing at manipulation. So you open that door, but it's not about barriers, because barriers are there to be broken. It's about boundaries, and boundaries are saying, I'm okay with this. I'm not okay with this. And I feel like that is the one most important thing about having a relationship or having love or having any type of connection with another person, is having strong boundaries. Women having strong boundaries with men, letting men know straight away what's not cool. And if you continue to do this behavior, this is what's gonna happen. Women have to be strong in their boundaries, and also men, we gotta be strong in our boundaries. That every single opportunity to have sex, we don't have to take it. We don't. And if you don't take that opportunity, it doesn't make you any less of a man. It actually makes you a man sometimes that has respect for himself.
I think my girl's feeling me, What
did you beat?
Do you like her, bruv? Nah, man, I don't really like her.
You need to beat, bruv.
Nah, real talk, bruv.
Come on, bruv. What do you mean? Hey, give it to me, I'll beat.
No, I'm gonna beat still.
All right, so then he goes and he does and engages in something that is just gonna exasperate the same toxic behavior. You understand? Because he's not got no boundaries for himself. And as men, I think it's important that we talk about this shit, because listen, believe it or not, and contrary to popular belief, men, we want love.
Yeah, man.
We want love. We want safety. We want to be able to be vulnerable.
Yes.
We
want to love, and we want to be loved.
Of course
100%.
Of course we do.
100%, man.
You know what I mean? And so yeah, like, do soulmates exist? I definitely think soulmates exist, and I definitely think you can be in a relationship with someone. Do twin flames exist? It depends what you want in your life. Yes. Does the one exist?
I mean, to wrap it up, my view is, I still feel like there's multiple ones, man.
Yeah, but whoever you settle with, that's the one. Not settle as in like, but who is the highest level soulmate in this lifetime for you?
That's the one for
AKA
this lifetime.
the one.
Yeah, but there was others. This is what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
but every single, I mean, we're all connected.
Yeah.
We're all one anyway.
Yeah.
We're all each other's ones.
True. It's true.
This is about frequency.
It's true.
This is about frequency match. Tomorrow, you can decide that you're somebody that just wants to go and live in Japan and do anime for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You may give up music tomorrow, and you may become another person that just wants to go to Japan, and you're just gonna just make anime cartoons.
And with that said, Japan in the back. Boom.
Yes. So your one might be a woman that loves anime too, bro, and has moved to Japan to do the same thing. But where your one today might be a woman that I don't know, likes to play guitar and make beats and make trap.
Yeah.
So I believe who you want to be, that's who you're gonna attract, the same frequency level.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, I know that I want to be the best version of myself. So I know I'm gonna attract that woman and that all that feminine energy that's inside of me that is doing the exact same thing but manifest as a human.
Yeah, man. Throw a screen up, bruv.
What's that?
Throw a screen up.
Well, as we said that, let's put a violet flame of some kind of spiritual shit that represents the twin flame. Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, do you believe in soulmates? Do you believe that there's the perfect relationship? Do you believe that in twin flames? Let us know.
Let us know. Leave your comments on the YouTube. Leave your comments on the IG. Yeah.
See, we saying, have I convinced you yet?
Nah. But I definitely I F's with it. You get me? So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. It's Real Talk with Ruinz Ason and myself, Jflames.
Yes.
And
we're all one.
We're all one.
Keep connecting. Love everybody. You're not a victim. Self-empowerment. Love yourself through everything that you've ever been through in your life, and you will learn to forgive others, and you will learn to have strong boundaries so that nobody will ever hurt you again. Peace and love.